Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got another update coming out regarding these drones or aerial objects that are in the skies. People are seeing them all over the United States and across the world. I've got another crazy story that just broke actually yesterday, and I want to share this with you guys. I am a day late to this story, I admit, but I do have an excuse. The reason why I'm late to this story is because actually most of mainstream news didn't even pick this up. Somebody was actually talking about this on X, and I happened to research this, and you really can't find too many mainstream news outlets covering this, but we were able to find this on Newsweek. So I'll show you this article here in just a minute, but take a look at your screen here. U.S. scrambles F-16s to intercept possible drone near Trump's plane. Two U.S. Air National Guard F-16C Vipers and one U.S. Coast Guard MH-65 helicopter were scrambled to intercept a possible drone near one of President Trump's backup planes. So this is kind of a photo for illustration purposes here of the type of plane that had to divert course, basically, as there was a drone or some sort of object near it. So what happened here was one of these aircraft were trying to land at Andrews Air Force Base inside of Washington, D.C., okay? And this is in the capital of the United States, all right? So this plane is trying to land, and right as they're about to land, they get contacted from air traffic control. They contacted the pilots and let them know, hey, there's something in the skies near your plane. You need to divert course. And basically, they had to turn around and loop for a little bit or go a different direction. Eventually, they were able to land, and the F-16 fighter jets, along with this helicopter, from the U.S. Coast Guard were trying to intercept this object, and apparently they were unable to locate it or they could not intercept it. So I thought that was very interesting. So we've been talking a lot about this recently, and just yesterday we had a story just like what you see here on your screen from the New York Times. White House says FAA, which is the Federal Aviation Administration, authorized New Jersey drones. This was not the enemy, okay? So yesterday I gave you guys a report letting you know from Caroline Leavitt, as it's talking about here. She's the White House press secretary for the Trump administration. She came out yesterday with a report stating that these drones that are being seen over New Jersey are not the enemy, just as it says right here. They are not the enemy. There's nothing to worry about, basically, and all they're doing is conducting research. They were actually authorized by the FAA to be flying, conducting this research, and various other things, is what she said. Now, what those various other things are, we don't really know. And what type of research were they doing? We don't really know that either. So, obviously, a very interesting situation. But the fact that the White House is coming out and saying, hey, there's really nothing to worry about here. Well, if there was nothing to worry about, and if this was one of these drones that the FAA supposedly knows about, well, then why was it such a threat for this presidential aircraft to be landing at Andrews Air Force Base, and again, also at a military Air Force base, which we have seen this time and time again, where lots of drones are being spotted over military installations. So definitely a very interesting situation here, and I want to show you this actual story now. So let's jump on over to Newsweek. F-16 scrambled after possible drone nears Donald Trump's plane. This came out yesterday, January 28th, 2025. And it says right here, two U.S. Air National Guard F-16C Vipers and one U.S. Coast Guard MH-65 helicopter were scrambled to intercept a possible drone near one of President Trump's backup planes, according to flight tracking data and air traffic control audio. And I do actually have the audio, or at least a clip of it, that I can show you guys from X. We'll show you that here in just a few minutes. And it says here the maneuvers were spotted using ADS-B exchange data and ATC recording by conspiracy theory debunking website Metabunk, reported on by the Warzone and post from the Flight Tracking X account, the new Area 51. When Newsweek put these reports to Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base for comment, it did not deny them. Newsweek has also contacted the White House and the U.S. Air Force via email for comment. And it says right here, the SAM 47 USAF Boeing C-32A/757 was reportedly supposed to land at Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. when a potential drone sighting delayed it. The potential drone was seen over freeway airports around 10 miles north of Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, according to the audio. A spokesperson from the 89th Airlift Wing, which is responsible for the Presidential Airlift Unit and its mission at Joint Base Andrews, told Newsweek there was no operational impact to any 89th Airlift Wing aircraft landing at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland on January 26, 2025. Okay, so this reportedly took place actually on Sunday. On the 26th was when supposedly this aircraft was unable to land at the time. It says here aircrew followed air traffic control instructions and landed uneventfully. In the audio, the ATC operator can be heard telling the pilots of SAM 47, "You can expect some delay. I have a scramble in progress," before he tells the Coast Guard helicopter call sign Blackjack 01 and the F-16's call sign Brave 01 that the target of interest was a potential drone. Later in the clip, the operator addresses a second F-16 Brave 02. Eventually, the F-16s returned to Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base, and the M65 returned to Reagan International Airport, none of which intercepted the target of interest, okay? And it says the C-32A landed without incident. Okay, so definitely a very strange situation, what is going on here. And I'd like to try to get to the bottom of this. We are actually going to show you guys the clip of the audio that we were able to grab off of X. It doesn't go off that same script that you saw there on the Newsweek article, but we do have a clip that talks about TOI, okay? And what is TOI? Let's jump on over here to Pilot's Cafe for a moment. And TOI is track of interest, displayed data representing an airborne object that threatens or has the potential to threaten North America or national security. Indicators may include, but are not limited to, non-compliance with air traffic control instructions or aviation regulations, extended loss of communications, unusual transmission, or unusual flight behavior, unauthorized intrusion into controlled airspace or an ADIZ, non-compliance with issued flight restrictions, security procedures, or unlawful interference with airborne flight crews up to and including hijack. In certain circumstances, an object may become a TOI based on specific and credible intelligence pertaining to that particular aircraft or object, its passengers or cargo. So basically kind of how I see it is like an aerial threat to maybe any type of plane that's traveling through the air over the skies over the US, okay? So now that you understand what a TOI is, we're going to jump on over to this post from X now. So let's jump on over here now from Red Panda Koala. F-16 scrambled after drone at nears President Trump's plane. Event occurred Sunday night. To listen to the ATC audio, okay? So you're going to hear them talking about this TOI, which is the track of interest. Basically this drone or some sort of aerial object that is being spotted near the plane that's trying to land at Andrews Air Force Base. So it's about 40 seconds long. Go ahead and listen. There is going to be a lot of pauses in between, but pay attention to what they're talking about.
Blackjack 1, Brave 01. They're saying the TOI is a potential drone between 5,000 and 6,000. Blackjack 1 acknowledged with an IDF, please. Stand 47, turn right heading 350.
Right turn 350, stand 47.
Blackjack 1, TOI is now off your about 1 to 2 o'clock, 4 miles southbound. Looks like there might be in the vicinity of Freeway Airport.
And searching for Blackjack 1. Do you have an altitude on them or no?
Blackjack 1,
All right, so pretty scary air traffic control audio here. And at some point, I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that, but he says that this TOI could be a potential drone, okay? So again, my question here is if it's a potential drone and if the FAA knows about these, why does the FAA not know that this, this drone is so close to a presidential aircraft? I guess there's a lot of questions to be asked here. But you can hear them discussing this and the air traffic controller telling the pilot to basically kind of change course, I guess, or turn a different direction. So he starts to turn to the right, and then at some point he gives him an update, says the drone is off to his 1 or 2 o'clock. So very crazy, guys. And one last thing that I wanted to show you real quick before we get you out of here is actually a video that came out back in December, okay? This was December 16th, 2024. This is from Bo Ludin. Breaking: President Trump has decided to cancel his trip to Bedminster due to drone sightings. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip. Okay, so this was Trump speaking at a conference. I believe this could have been at Mar-a-Lago at the time, but I could be wrong. But he was speaking to reporters, and a reporter asked him about these drones, and he basically tells the reporters that there's drones spotted over one of his residences that he owns in Bedminster in New Jersey, and this is where a lot of the drones have been spotted. And he basically says he's canceling his trip going over there. And wouldn't that mean that you're probably concerned about these drones? So I'm not sure if maybe Trump just wasn't aware of this at the time. Maybe he didn't have the intel from the FAA to let him know that these drones are controlled flights and they're authorized by the FAA. But he definitely seemed concerned that he even canceled his own trip over there, which I thought was interesting. And again, if he had to cancel these trips, this trip over to Bedminster, then why are these drones now being told to the public that they're not the enemy or any kind of a threat? So go ahead and take a look at this real quick.
Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Want to know the
they're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster.
I've
decided to cancel my trip. Something strange is going on.
Okay, so you can see here, even the way that Trump is speaking, he's speaking with concern that he doesn't even fully know, at least according to him, what these might be in the skies. So that's why he supposedly canceled his trip. But yet think about all the other people that are living in New Jersey, constantly seeing these every single day. And something to note too is I believe in the air traffic control audio that we were listening to just a minute ago, at one point they were talking about 5,000 to 6,000 for that potential drone. So I wonder if that was talking about feet. I'm not an expert in this in any way, but if they're talking about this thing being 5,000 or 6,000 feet in the air, if they're talking about drones and, we're saying like maybe little quadcopter drones or something like that, like a little DJI drone or something like a Mavic, I don't think those things can go 5,000, 6,000 feet in the air. So definitely something very strange is going on here, and still a lot of questions to be asked and answered at the same time. But I want to know what you guys think about all this, because this is a very weird story. And, the fact that the Trump administration is coming out telling people, hey, don't worry about this. But at the same time, this presidential aircraft had to divert course and land at a later time due to a potential drone that's in the sky. And if these drones are, operated by the FAA, then how is there no communication there with that aircraft, especially a presidential aircraft? So let me know what you guys think about this, though, down below. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.